Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and hey, let's talk about movies. Let's talk about Wonder Woman, and the Alamo Drafthouse, because the Alamo Drafthouse is in a lot of hot water with a screening of Wonder Woman that they're doing. Now, for those who don't know what the Alamo Drafthouse is, they are an excellent movie theater chain that I unfortunately don't have one locally, but when I went to San Francisco, I went to one and it was like great. I love the seats. I love the service. I really love that they have a zero tolerance for cell phone use because someone who was texting during the movie actually got thrown out of the theater and not given a refund. I should probably also mention that person was my brother. I hope he learned his... No, he didn't learn his lesson. But anyway, but I love that. I love theaters that definitely, like, give a middle finger to people who text on the cell phone and during the movie and say, hey, you know what, you're here to watch the movie, watch the movie. They also do all these little stunts. Like, they had, like, a premiere Frankenweenie where you could bring your dog with you to the movie, or they showed Jaws over on a big projectile screen over the ocean while people watched it on tubes. That might have been a fun one to do. But their latest event has a lot of people, frankly, a little upset. And I understand why it has people upset, even though I don't think Alamo intended to be anything to do anything that people are claiming that they're doing. And that involves a Wonder Woman movie. For those who do not know, Wonder Woman is part of the DC Extended Universe, which, you know, I think stick a knife in it, get rid of it. It's, you know, it's a big deal for a couple of reasons. One, people are really, really hoping this is the movie that turns the DCEU around and is actually good and maybe makes something work out of this absolute train wreck disaster of a series. But it's also the first female superhero, and considering how long superhero movies have been made, it's ridiculous that we don't have one. We didn't get Wonder Woman. We don't have Sailor Moon. None of the female X-Men have their own movies. Why doesn't Black Widow have a superhero movie? It's, I mean, we're finally getting Captain Marvel, but it took so long, and it's like, so this is the first one, so it's a big deal. And Alamo Drafthouse said, hey, for one screening only, it's going to be an only women's showing. And they're even taking it to the extent that all of the employees will also be women. There will be no men. And, of course, that got a lot of people upset. And again, I understand why. People started talking to the Alamo like, hey, you know, when are you going to have the men's only screening for Iron Man 4, Spider-Man? This isn't right. And you know, that's discriminatory and it's sexist. And it is. It is. I'm not saying it's not. So, you know what? All the complaints people have about this showing, yes, they are absolutely right about it. And frankly, Alamo Drafthouse should have known it was coming. Especially since, you know what? Feminists have been annoying people for so long, pretty much demeaning men, that of course this is going to get reaction. People always say, well, what if you'd only had a men's showing only? People would be up in arms, but you can't expect us not to be up in arms about this. So, yeah, again, good point. Now, that being said, I really don't think Alamo was intending to be sexist. First of all, it's one showing. I mean, and it's not even the premiere night, to my knowledge. I even think it's not even the first weekend. It's one showing the next week, if memory serves. And the thing is, it's just something like, it's like a girls' night out thing. I mean, it's kind of like how, you know, okay, story time. Me and my dad, years ago, went to see Sex and the City, the movie. We were the only two men in this theater. There were probably like 70 people in this theater, all of them women. Me and him were the only guys. And of course, it was funny because father and son going to see Sex and the City. I'm going to get so many interesting comments about that. Oh no. But anyway, and we kind of look at each other and it's like, yeah, this is a chick flick. Now, Wonder Woman, again, it's like, it's Wonder Woman. sounds like a girl's film on the surface. So Alamo was kind of like, hey, first female superhero, it's made for women. Let's do it kind of like a girls' night out thing. Only women can come, leave the boys at home. Girls just gotta have fun, right? Unfortunately, they're doing this with a movie that's in a genre that is primarily viewed by men, and which men who watch the movie are normally complained about by feminists and SJWs, like, well, why are there more men than women in these movies, and why, and you know, so, to have this happen, it feels like a real slap in the face. And, you know, Alamo should have known that, but they didn't. But again, they weren't thinking about that. They were thinking girls' night out, female superhero movie, get the girls together, and cheer on Wonder Woman. It should be noted that it's also made for adults because they won't let anyone under the age of 18 into the movie without an adult, and no one under 6, period. Another reason I like that. They keep 6-year-olds out of these PG-13 rated movies. And I would like to say, I am not interested in going to that event. Not only because I don't feel like ruining the party for the girls. I know that, you know, sometimes I like guys just need to have fun without the women. Sometimes women need to have fun without the guys. But the screening of the movie, the version that they're showing, it's a 2D version. I don't want to see the 2D version. I want to see it in IMAX 3D. So I'm not even interested in this event. I wouldn't be interested in an event if it was a males only showing. I'm just not. Now, the question is, how big of a mess will this be before Alamo Drafthouse does anything? Will they just simply not do anything? Will they cancel it? Because then they'll get complaints that they bowed to male oppression. And then if they make like a male-only screening, well, that's sexist too. It is. It's no less sexist than having a female-only screening. So, I think Alamo, they just need to kind of go ahead, kind of brace. It'll pass soon. You know, so, but, you know, maybe take a lesson, learn the lesson. Don't do this again. Don't do anything even remotely similar to this again, and you'll be fine. So, I don't know. What do you folks think? Do you agree with the people who are upset at the Alamo Drafthouse for doing this? Do you disagree? Are you going to go to the female-only showing of Wonder Woman? Can you go to the female-only showing of Wonder Woman? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon or buying something from the Great Media Universe store. It helps keep the videos coming. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.